Can you believe this extraordinary fact? Vietnam, a country globally celebrated for its complex, fresh, and vibrant cuisine, the home of dishes like beef noodle soup, vermicelli dishes, baguette sandwiches, and spring rolls, is paradoxically the place where citizens consume instant noodles at such a staggering rate that it ranks #1 in the entire world for per capita consumption. This is absolutely true. According to the most recent data I could find, published in late 2023, the average person in Vietnam consumes an astonishing average of 81 packets of instant noodles annually. To visualize that frequency, it means an individual is likely enjoying or perhaps quickly consuming a bowl of instant noodles roughly every 4 to 5 days. Some reports, drawing from slightly different methodologies or consumer surveys, even place this mean consumption figure higher, suggesting an average of up to 85 packets per year. But regardless of whether the figure is 81 or 85, the conclusion remains the same. Vietnam holds the undisputed top spot globally. This raises two compelling questions that lie at the heart of this phenomenon. First, why has instant ramen, locally referred to as shrimp noodles, become such a profound and widespread addiction within Vietnamese society? And second, a question that certainly puzzles many outsiders and even many locals. Why do we persist in calling this ubiquitous product shrimp noodles when the vast majority of packages contain no real shrimp whatsoever? To fully appreciate the sheer scale of Vietnam's national obsession, we must first place its consumption within the broader global context. According to the World Instant Noodles Association's data for 2023, Vietnam's total annual consumption reached approximately 8.1 billion packets, ranking us fourth globally in total consumption volume, behind the titans of population, China, Indonesia, and India. China consumed a gargantuan 42.2 billion packets, Indonesia consumed a substantial 14.5 billion packets, and India consumed 8.7 billion packets. It is crucial to note that these three countries all possess populations that dwarf Vietnam's by a considerable margin. Regarding China, with a colossal population of over 1.4 billion people, just a few packets per person per month are enough to generate those large aggregate figures. However, the high consumption in China isn't solely due to population size. Instant noodles align perfectly with the rich Chinese culinary tradition. Chinese people have historically expressed a deep cultural affinity for noodle dishes, ranging from regional classics like Lanzhou beef noodle soup to the versatile stir-fried chow mein. Furthermore, noodles carry significant cultural weight in China, symbolizing longevity and good health. Consumers in China particularly favor rich, deeply flavored soup bases, often featuring hearty beef flavor infused with the aromatic intensity of Chinese five-spice powder. Indonesia's total consumption stands at 14.5 billion packets. As the most populous nation in Southeast Asia, this is the home of Indomie. Indonesia's most popular variety is distinctly different from the soup-based noodles. Their staple is mie goreng, which translates to dry, stir-fried noodles. This preparation involves draining the water and mixing the noodles with a potent blend of sweet, savory, and spicy seasonings. This robust and heavily spiced preparation perfectly caters to the Indonesian palate. India is the third largest global consumer at 8.7 billion packets. Instant noodles in India, particularly the Maggi brand, are a staple. Indians call it 2-minute noodles, and it features the masala flavor, a distinctive blend of Indian spices. Yet, when the consumption figures are normalized to a per capita average, Vietnam emerges as the undisputed instant noodle champion with 81 packets consumed per person annually. This figure significantly outstrips the averages in China, India, and Indonesia. Furthermore, Vietnam's consumption surpasses even nations historically famous for their high noodle intake, such as South Korea, which consumes only 73 packets per person per year. The meaning is clear. The average Vietnamese person consumes instant noodles more frequently than citizens of nations whose entire cuisine is globally renowned for its noodle dishes. What specific factors have elevated instant noodles to a major enduring cultural staple in Vietnam? The primary appeal has always been linked to two powerful attributes: They are remarkably cheap and incredibly convenient. The price of a standard packet typically hovers around 5,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $0.20, barely more than a glass of iced tea. For this minimal investment, one can instantly prepare a hot, flavorful, and satisfying meal in a mere 3 to 5 minutes. This efficiency makes instant noodles a true lifesaver for key demographic groups: students, low-income factory workers, and busy office professionals. The convenience is further magnified by the product's sheer omnipresence. Instant noodles are available everywhere, from the smallest village shops to the largest modern supermarkets. The second critical factor is that the flavor profiles of Vietnamese instant noodles are expertly customized and perfectly suited to the national taste. Major producers invest heavily in research to create packets that hit the authentic and desired notes. For example, the sour-spicy shrimp noodle brand delivers the signature trifecta of sourness, spiciness, and saltiness, a flavor combination universally adored by the Vietnamese. Vietnamese manufacturers are relentless in their innovation, constantly introducing new and imaginative flavors, such as Thai hot pot style or imitation crab noodle soup. These taste experiences actively evoke cultural memories and tap into the established flavors of Vietnamese street food. In the cultural landscape of Vietnam, instant noodles are much more than just quick sustenance. They are woven into the fabric of social memory. They serve as the faithful companion during late-night study groups, and this cultural embrace has also fostered incredible culinary creativity, giving rise to countless improvised instant noodle dishes. The popularity extends to social settings as well. Instant noodles are a standard addition to meals consumed at neighborhood pubs or while enjoying hot pot gatherings. This pervasive demand has resulted in an intensely vibrant and competitive instant noodle market in Vietnam, featuring over 50 competing companies, driving continuous innovation in products from the most basic to luxury items, sometimes featuring real gourmet ingredients like authentic slices of beef or actual pieces of shrimp. Finally, we arrive at the question that captivates many. Why do we continue to call them shrimp noodles when there isn't any shrimp inside the packet? Instant ramen was invented in Japan in 1958. In Vietnam, the product arrived in the 1970s and became popular during the economic reforms of the 1980s and 1990s. Early brands, such as Miliket, prominently featured the image of a shrimp on its bright yellow packaging. The name shrimp noodles genuinely stems from this initial introduction. It was advertised with a shrimp image or included a shrimp-flavored seasoning packet, using shrimp as a premium ingredient to suggest deliciousness. In reality, the noodles usually contained synthetic shrimp flavoring, not real shrimp. Despite this minor factual inaccuracy, the term shrimp noodles has become so deeply embedded in Vietnamese culture and language that even today, any instant noodle product, be it chicken-flavored, beef-flavored, or Thai hot pot-flavored, is generically referred to as shrimp noodles. This linguistic generalization is similar to how almost any motorcycle in southern Vietnam is commonly referred to by the brand name Honda. The Miliket brand is central to this history. Introduced in the 1970s, it was an early pioneer, and during the period of state subsidies, it was a luxury item. In conclusion, instant noodles are far more than mere food in Vietnam. They represent a significant part of the nation's culture, memory, and even pride. We hold the world title in per capita consumption because the product is cheap, delicious, perfectly convenient, and ideally suited to our palate. The name shrimp noodles, despite the lack of actual shrimp, carries a rich and fascinating story of history and cultural adaptation. Thank you for following this detailed exploration. Out of curiosity, how many times have you eaten instant noodles this week or this month?